I think it is. It might be. It's going to be a very different game than we saw last game. Last game was a lot of fighting and skirmishing. This one's going to be a little bit more split farm, most likely, because that's just the natural play style of anti-mage in a lot of cases. But I don't think this looks that bad for four Zoomers. They've got Lifestealer against the Batrider, so Lifestealer shouldn't have that bad of a lane. It can be a bit of an issue later on, obviously, to have that BKB piercing stun. But maybe the mid lane will be hard for Gunnar on the Pangolier against Bryle's Invoker. But and Tiny can be really effective too. I don't have a huge amount of faith in Enchantress as a hero, but maybe he'll lane stabilize enough to make it worth it. So as a whole, I think I like what four Zoomers is bringing a bit better. They just have so many heroes to combo with Darkseer. They've got good lane setups. They've got great initiations. So I trust their ability to win slightly better.
All right, so you're putting your flag in the camp of four Zoomers, it sounds like.
Yes, honorary Zoomer. That's me.
I know that's the matchup in mid is going to be very, very uncomfortable. That's one of the things that one of my co-casters always gripes about is he absolutely hates Pangolier mid. He hates the fact that Lucky Shot is a thing because you can just spend most of your time not being able to do anything. Do you also have those gripes?
It is annoying, yeah, if it does hit you. But it's more about like anticipating when he's going to use it, because you're never going to use it just to harass the enemy hero. You're going to use it to get a last hit and harass the enemy hero. So you just have to play around that a little bit to be careful. And then it's not as bad, but it's not as bad. I mean, Lucky Shot of today does not bother me compared to the Lucky Shot of the past. So I'm not bothered much.
That's true. You're valuing the fact that it is not as bad as it could have been. Monkeys is taking a lot of damage here from HFN. Has the solve, though. He's going to be able to heal up around the corner. Ocean fairly tanky. He's trading some of these hits.
Yeah, he went for Caustic Finale.
Is under attack.
Interesting choice.
HFN's not doing what HFN loves to do best, which is hitting creeps. This is a lot of time being spent where he's, yeah. Yep.
Give him the
That's
old
not
slap.
what he wants to do at all.
Okay, well, as long as they have enough regen, this won't be that bad. But it's already costed the Sand King quite a lot. There's the win rate of Tiny so far. It's been okay. I don't think this is a great lane for him. Like the only hero they can really easily kill is going to be Crystal Maiden. But we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Husky's been pretty decent with a lot of his positioning. And that's a sign of a good Crystal Maiden player, or just any good support player who plays things that are fairly squishy, is just, all about where's my positioning, how do I break these smokes, and also how do I be most effective in these fights without immediately dying, right? So.
Yeah,
Lots of slow, though, in this lane. Toss up, Moon. Able to walk away. Oh, they have the other slow. No, Moon Meander's going to be the first blood. There's the Frostbite coming out on the Hezu here. Of course, go pop that Firefly.
I am starting to believe in the CM, I gotta say. She's very slow. Her stats are not amazing, but she does have 2 nukes right away, and that was really effective there. Didn't skill the Aura, actually. She instead skilled Frostbite and Nova instead, and that's what Crazy did not anticipate, I think.
I like it, though. I mean, right now, you can see she's already bringing herself out another Clarity, but the idea of being, like, hyper-aggressive and really getting into people's heads right away during the laning phase, I think is just so value, so...
Yeah, it is. It's really helpful.
Unorthodox, but I like the aggression. I love it.
So last hit wise, how's everything going about? Even on the mid lane. No big differences either way. Looks like Gunner's semi-healthy here. Nothing too weird. It's a pretty even game so far. Just that first blood. Hezu gonna take a lot of damage here though.
A lot.
Saving
Yeah,
Frostbite.
He might actually die here. Do they have another Nova? Yeah, they do.
Now he's got a lot of mana regen, actually. Very good for him. Looking for the pops. There they are. They're like quite good up here, it feels like. I mean, maybe that's only his first 2 waves that he's gotten at all. But it's not too bad. Ocean trying to... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I feel like HFN, despite the fact that he wasn't able to hit creeps for, like, how long? Because he was being chased around the map or whatnot, he still recovered fairly nicely. Like, he's not, destitute behind.
See if they go for this. Hellbear. Like, they zoned him enough, basically. Ooh, that was a good clap, actually. I liked it. HFN getting a little scared, popping his shield just in case the Burrow Strike came, but They're just focused on laning right now. It just been kind of nice actually for AUI that he could just take that creep. One nice advantage of the Enchantress that you're basically effectively blocking a large camp from ever being pulled.
Ooh, Gunnar needs to be careful. There's a Hasten that just got picked up on Moon. Yeah, look at him zooming on in after the zoomer. Gunnar just TP's out though. Oh, cancels it out though with the Sunstrike. Very nicely done from Rylan Moon.
He did the best thing he could there with the jump and the salve and the TP. Like, gave him the best chance of surviving, but he did not anticipate the haste rune. So,
well,
really nice collapse. How could he? Yeah, well, he would know that there wasn't a rune top, obviously, but that's about it. Haste rune is the only way he dies there, so I'm sure he's a little frustrated, but it was a good pressure by Crazy.
It's a rune of opportunity. HFN finding the kill on Monkeys, though. Mid lane, there's going to be a gank on the Crystal Maiden. Moon never going back to the bottom lane, so... I love it. I love all these tips coming out against each other.
That was a really good rotation. Moon accomplished so much in these two moves, and it's just going to give it a lot of space. CM went mid because there was an open lane for a bit, because Gunnar tried to TP and was killed, which was what was so catastrophic about him dying in that near that bounty rune. And now they're going to stabilize a little bit, but that gave some really nice advantage to the Invoker, being around 2 kills.
Oh, that's going to be a dead courier.
It's a 3-hitter though. Or bat
he has it. Otherwise, fairly quiet for the moment, like you said. Not quite as much action as before. Although Ocean does take a bit of damage from HFN. Throws out the vacuum. Not gonna be. Oh, it's a nice stun from Monkeys, but just not gonna be able to save tiny little Ocean there.
This is the worst thing going for Zoomers for sure, is the 4-position Darkseer. The offlane is struggling here. Getting mana drained. Like basically anti-mage works pretty well against Darkseer already, but it also being against the Sand King is really good for him.
Gunnar not expecting that. Moon Meander's making yet another rotation with Owie. They have the Centaur. Not gonna be able to land the stomp though. He needs just a little bit more HP and he can't get it in time.
They're ganking so well. Husky just putting a ward down to help control and spot the rotations, but he might get caught as well in the jungle. Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden. Blue. Blue. Blue.
Blue.
There we go.
Yeah, this doesn't look very good for Husky. He's gonna burn to death and become known as Crystal Mountain.
Crazy zoning. Moon Meander, I dare say, making up for his dive into the Chronosphere so far in the first 6 minutes. He's had a really good game so far. They obviously fed a little bit in the lane, but then he's like, screw it, I'm just going to go gank other places. He's done a really good job. And I got to say, AOI has also been really pressuring and making this Enchantress look good. They have so much control over Monkeys and Darkseer in this lane. AM drains their mana, and then Enchantress shows up with a neutral creep that they just can't fight.
It's funny because I remember you saying, you know, I'm not really crazy about this Enchantress. I'm not totally sold on it, but there's a Rolling Thunder coming out from Gunnar this time. People look at just chasing them around. He's like, oh, nope, I missed it. Not happening. I am gonna go farm. Sunstrike coming through, and HFN gets himself another kill.
Ocean went for a vacuum. Maybe costing him too much.
Husky?
Again.
All right, good rotation, though. They should be able to make Moon Meander pay for this.
Well, they got one at least, I guess, but it's been a bad few minutes for Zoomers.
For sure. This is definitely looking a better laning stage for the side of Crazy.
It is. I'm surprised AUI has so many levels too. I mean, I know he's been 5 kills, but he's been mixing in a lot of jungling in the meantime, which is not surprising. That's what he was famous for on EG back in the day when he won TI, was getting insane amounts of farm while playing. But he's doing a really good job so far. Sammy Boy is doing fine though. He's the one redeeming factor going for Zoomers, but generally Lifestealer's not that active these days.
And they have the dust, they had the net from the troll. He's alive. Ryle finding a kill on Ocean. I'm not sure what's going on in that mid lane, but
near the bounty rune. Does not spot the tree cut, so yeah, he killed them over by the Radiant Jungle bounty rune in the north one. So
got it.
Ends up getting a solo kill with the drum, it looks like.
It's a nice object there found by Owie. Keen Optic getting picked up. Neutral items just recently becoming available in the last minute or so.
They're gonna do a rotation here. Oh, they spot somebody though. 3 points Burrow, 1 Sandstorm. We'll see if he can get out of this.
They always have detection. He can't just do the Sandstorm anymore. It's just not going to work. Nice vacuum, though. The Ion Shell doesn't matter. They've got the Mana Void on HFN.
They're doing such a
pretty
good
well
job.
here, Gunner. Got the Rolling Thunder.
Really?
This time he's going to try to hit them. Yeah, he's going in. He manages to hit all three of them as they have the Lifestealer. He was taking a little bit of a ride here with this friend. And Sammy Boy chewing away at Owie, forcing the blink out from HFN.
There was a surprise. Gunner
Like a
brought something
Kinder
with
Egg.
him. I was like, this is the shittiest gank I've ever seen. This is not going to work. All of a sudden, there was all these graphics and lights on my screen, and I was like, what is that? And then I saw the Lifestealer slapping away. All right, could have been worse. They got one kill. It was only the Enchantress, but they're on the board.
I would also say that forces back the anti-mage. Sammy Boy has to be careful. They do have the lasso. No lucky shot procs. Feels like they just want to try to zone Husky here as well. Open wounds. Bryle rotating on in. They have the oh dear. That is a very dead KZU. Moon Meander now running away. I'm not sure they quite have what they need to slow him down just yet. They're trying to go in for that shot, trying to slow HFN nearby. They'll throw out the Frostbite. Couple of hits. That is a disaster. They get Moon Meander here too. This was not worth it at all. Oh no, crazy.
Oh, big mistake, actually. I wasn't sure they're going to be able to get the kill, but I don't think he realized the CM was so close. Frostbite lands, and then he's just screwed. Especially, I think the lucky shot might have procced. That lowers armor a bunch. Able to kill the anti-mage was should not have happened. You know, you're saying it doesn't lower armor? I think it lowers armor.
No. I don't think they got the lucky shot off because he was just a little bit. He had just used it trying to grab Moon. I think what ended up I think because HFN's on ping, you saw the spell shield come out like just a second too late after the Frostbite.
Yeah, it did.
That's rough. He knew what he needed to do. He just couldn't get it happening fast enough. All right. Well,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower.
He's still here. He still has the lasso.
He just doesn't have a good opportunity. He got baited out so hard by the Invoker. Invoker was pinging on Pango like, oh, go for this guy. It'll be good.
All right, well, the lasso came out, but Husky freezing him, holding him in place. He's forced to TP away.
Dire's structures are
yeah, not too bad for Zoomers. Forcing the TP out. Lasso gets used. Here's the replay here.
Okay, here we go.
Frostbite lands, and at this point, just so much physical damage.
You're right. The lucky shot did come out at the last couple ticks there.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
He was already dead anyways. Whether or not lucky shot procced wasn't gonna matter.
Well, it helped.
Just it does help, but
Mid lane?
just a little bit too much damage.
Okay, Rolling Thunder coming out. They have a Stun Strike. Will land over onto Monkeys. They'll stomp him. Can they find the kill? Yeah, it's actually going to be the Centaur who grabs them up runner and on the back line. Still rolling around here after Bryle. KZU trying to just put down as much fire as he can. Pushing them back. They still have their eyes on Owie again. There it is. There's the Kinder Egg of Death surprise popping out with Sammy Boy hitching a ride. HFN blinking forward, has the spell shield. We'll be able to slow him down just a little bit with the knockback. Doesn't look like they're gonna pursue on it.
Azumers is doing such a good job, like taking lifesteal and getting him in these fights, and this has felt like this is the case for both games so far. That Sammy Boy taking these heroes that don't necessarily fight too much early, but he's using them in good ways, and it helps to have that Pango plus lifestealer combo for this. But I genuinely, I feel like for all the lifestealer games I've watched recently, I almost never see Infest used offensively. But they're doing a great job using it in that way. It's not a huge amount of damage, but it's getting him on top of his opponents with a disable, and he's doing a moderate amount of right-click damage, which is amplified by his teammates. It's been really good so far. Sammy Boy's playing really good this series.
It's also a really good way to cause chaos, right? The fact that you see this Rolling Thunder and you're like, oh, it's just Pango, you know, they don't have enough damage, but then all of a sudden, surprise, here's Sammy Boy, he's hitched a ride, he's here, he wants to be a part of this. And it just makes everyone reevaluate, do we want to be here, do we want to take this fight? But you have to do it at such a fast rate of deciding, you know, is this what we want?
Yeah. Anti-Mage does still get a really fast Battle Fury. That one's abnormally fast because he doesn't have boots yet, so he shaved off his build a little. Didn't go Trez yet either, so I'm sure it adjusts the stats a little But either way, he's still going to be farming pretty quick. He's got the levels for sure. He's level 11, so he's not going to have any trouble blinking from tower to tower or from camp to camp. And now his treads are finished anyways, so he's on a great trajectory. But with that said, so is Lifestealer. I don't think Lifestealer's going to be able to stay ahead of him in farm, is what I expect. But it all comes down to how efficiently Zoomers can transition from kill to pushing to kill to kill. And so far, they've done a really good job at that. And he's got even more vehicles. He's got a Sand King as well that he can jump into. He could also get surged by Darkseer. So if Sammy Boy continues a good trajectory, he's going to have a really good game and he can do a lot. But he just might have trouble killing AM as the game continues.
I mean, it's how often do we have it where you get the so-called AM problem as the game gets later and later, and you just don't have the right tools to deal with split pushing coming out from HFN.
They've got some solutions. They've got Frostbite, they've got Burrow Strike, they have quite a few slows, and they have good mobility themselves. So hypothetically, they could chase after AM after he blinks, especially if he goes into a tree, doesn't blink into a tree. And Lifestealer does usually go a lot of physical damage. Looks like he's queuing up a Desolator, which is a great choice. Minus armor, that'll combo nicely with the Pango's Lucky Shot if it procs. And that's a way to beat AM, but it'll depend. We'll see how it works.
I'm just thinking in terms of, a good, and again, HFN, very, very good at farming. He does this all the time. So what he's known for in South America is that he can strap his team onto his back and carry them. But you do run into that issue of, if he's pushing out a lane, he's going to be exceptionally careful. The Zoomers would have to be very, what's the word? They'd have to have a lot of foresight to know exactly where he's going to be after that blink, because they just, it's hard to close the gap, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, you have, the surge, you do have the Burrow Strike, but you also need the lockdown too.
Yeah. They have some ways. I mean, I'm sure we'll see a bash around Sammy Boy eventually too, to give them some options. Frostbite's really low cooldown, and Husky's been playing very well, doesn't feed. Always feels like he can, he's always a little bit of a pain to kill, so we'll see. They've got tools. They've got options. Maybe they'll even buy some disable items like an Orchid or something. Who knows?
Wouldn't be the worst idea. But do take.
We pause for? Oh, Gunner. Okay.
Moment. Yeah, Gunner seems to have disconnected. It looks like. Hopefully he comes back.
Yes, that's always hopeful.
Yeah,
I'm curious what items he's gonna buy. Actually, the bird is nice. Yeah. I don't really know what he's going to purchase this game. One for Wraith Bands here so far. Just gives him some generic everything. Makes him more effective when he's right-clicking after he does a jump, which is pretty nice. Not just going utility items, actually helping him be a little bit more of a core in case he needs a transition. But most Pangos go utility.
Okay, so you think this is just going to go straight up utility, is not going to go... Like, they're playing so aggressive and offensive, and they do need some more lockdown for this anti-mage. You don't think that he'll deviate a little bit and go for something like maybe an Orchid?
I don't know if I've ever seen a Pango buy Orchid, and Orchid's a little bit irrelevant because in a good situation, you can usually like perma-stun somebody with your ulti anyways. Not that I really expect that to happen, but I just don't think that the items are going to combine well, basically. Like an Orchid on Pango just doesn't sound that effective to me. It's probably better just to have damage, and then with like 3 seconds of a disable that an ally puts out, try to kill him in that moment. I think that would be more effective generally. But the downside is that Pango's damage usually comes from buying like Maelstrom or MKB, and those do magic damage as well. So none of those are really great AM solutions. So, and he's also got treads, so Greaves is less likely. So I'm not sure what item he's going to build. I'm very curious to see what it is though. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's like an MKB or something. Just anyways, ghost damage anyways, perhaps. Maybe a pipe. There's a lot of magic damage on the enemy team.
You really think that he's going to get the pipe and not like the position 4 or something?
Yeah, it all kind of depends on what the timing wants to be. There's just a lot of different ways to go. His items so far indicate that he wants to go damage stuff, but like he's already got enough attack speed. How about like Diffusal? Diffusal is probably the best damage item he could buy that still works effectively because it does physical damage and it combos nicely with all of the attack speed he already has. So I could see something like Diffusal maybe, or maybe a defensive item. There's so many options. Pango can build like so many different items. He has many choices in his match.
Well, again, have to see. We won't Of course, this is the one here that is not connected right now, so we don't really have any idea what the game plan is. But I do love the way that the Zoomers have been playing so incredibly aggressive. That's something that has really been paying off for them. But at the same time, like Moonmeander has been absolutely just fantastic with the way that he moved. He got very lucky right early on. He got the Rune of Opportunity, was able to go perform that gank mid, hung around a little bit longer because he knew that Husky was going to try to leech some XP, and then collected very quickly. But
there it is. It only took me 10 minutes of discussion, but I predicted the Diffusal Blade. There it is. So yeah, he's going to go damage.
I enjoyed the process of sitting there with you and hearing you discuss everything through your brain. You know, I really went on a nice tour of your headspace there.
My noggin, cool. But yeah, Diffusal will be nice. A little bit more burst damage. Some mana drain can be useful, but physical damage against the enemy team and extra slow as well is the other nice thing. It'll make it a little easier for them to kill like Enchantress, tiny type heroes.
We talked about that aggression coming out. They want this mid tower. Nice little knockback here from Case. It's still going to be able to grab it up though. Uh-oh. Oh no, Gunner! Again!
Oh, that one's got to be really frustrating when it comes up after that long and then you just DC again.
Yeah,
rough.
Definitely does not feel good. Oh no!
He lost. Oh shit!
Ryle, you got the wrong one. I see the Viper. The Viper is right next to Ancient Apparition. Yep. Very good. He clicked Sven. I don't think he actually meant to click that.
I found Void Spirit left center.
Nope, Void Spirit is to the left next to Ricky. Thank you, liar.
That's what I meant. That was. Is that not descriptive? Viper's.
No. And then Viper's next to him dying. Yeah, Viper's next to him dying in Ancient Apparition. No, we did all. We did. Oh yeah, we did. Where's Phantom Lancer?
Phantom Lancer. That's what we're missing.
Quick, find him. Find him, Purge. Can you find him faster than I can?
I found him next to Io.
Next to
right
Io?
next to. He's literally right next to Viper.
Yeah. Oh my god.
How did we not see that? Oh my god.
I don't know.
Everyone in chat's so mad at us right now. Oh my god. For sure, mad.
For sure.
All right. I am. Oh, he's back. He's back.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that the connection is good. Maybe someone just tripped over the router at home. Who knows?
Twice in a row.
You know, maybe it was a pet. He does have a very adorable dog.
Does he?
His mom, his mom posts pictures. He's got a German Shepherd.
Okay.
Very cute. All right, Cloak picked up on Husky, so he's seeing kind of a standard Glimmer cape, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Glimmer is really good this game. There's just a lot of magic damage coming from Crazy, so a little bit of safety that way is going to be nice. Still maxed in Frostbite first. Does feel pretty effective. Like, Nova's definitely a very good skill, but when your cores are better at pushing side lanes, having Nova just makes your ganking so much more capable than normal. And the cooldown's really low. It's 6-second cooldown with a 3-second Frostbite. So if you can just stay alive for 3 seconds and stay within range, you can Frostbite them a second time. So against anti-mage type heroes, the CM is really looking valuable. Oh, he just infested a Enchantress creep, I believe. It's gonna be a 4-man kill.
Ryle. Yeah, they dropped the wall on top of everything else. Screwed him up. There's the Rolling Thunder.
Get him, catapult.
Just okay, bye, Sammy.
Did a drive-by right there, obviously.
Pretty much.
Did you see him try to attack?
GTA
he's like,
in Dota.
Oh, he's like, I'm gonna attack.
Casey finds a kill on monkeys, though. All right.
That's worth it. Absolutely worth it for Zoomers. They got a much bigger net worth hero. Anti-Mage didn't get the kill. And this way, Sammy Boy got to see the sights in the meantime, completely safely. I'm sure he's very happy about this.
Ooh, that's a nice pickup for Keizu.
It is, yeah. Why has AUI not eaten the jelly yet? I'm very confused. He's saving it for later, I guess.
Maybe he wants to have his dinner first, you know? Doesn't want to spoil his appetite.
I guess so.
This is interesting that they're going in for this Roche right here. And they haven't gotten any sort of a pick off. I guess, you know, they know that HFN's not going to be ready to fight yet, so they're trying to press their advantage.
Yeah.
But
that's probably it. Enchantress's team fight is pretty weak as well. And they've got 2 minus armor sources between the Deso and between Pango. So
that's big. Those are 2 big item pickups. The Diffusal Blade and the Blink Dagger.
Oh,
look at how fast Sammy Boy is. Just runs on and throws up the rage. Chews through Moonmeander.
Deso versus 0 armor hero. Very good. Very, very good. He can kill it. He can solo kill Enchantress as well. She's got to be careful.
Well, looks like he's not interested in it just now. We'll go back and just take a camp instead.
Who's queuing
almost
up
have the Ags
EC
completed
next?
for Bryle, though.
Ags will be nice for sure. They don't have the best lockdown, but even something like Tornado into it can be effective to start things.
Gunner, dun da 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 dun da 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 da. Rolling into HFN though as well, and look at that lucky shot bounce right back with the lasso holding him in place. They've just repositioned Gunner. This is not looking good for him. What started off as a simple chase turned out to be his death.
I'm surprised he committed so hard to that. It felt a little bit too far. Like, why? Maybe anticipated everyone else being somewhere else, but when you chase for that long, it's almost always a bad thing because a long chase means that your enemies have time to catch up.
They have the dust, they've got the damage, and they kill monkeys.
Yeah. He's trying to be the one that does dangerous split push, and if it was just monkeys dying here, I wouldn't feel too bad for Zoomers, but losing Gunner before it was pretty bad. Great haste rune picked up.
I mean, I guess with that space, they were also able to take a tower over on the side of 4 Zoomers, but again, they're ignoring the anti-mage, and that's going to come back to bite them in the butt.
It can, but Lifestealer is looking pretty capable right now, honestly. With going Deso into AC, he's going to have huge physical survivability. He's going to do tons of physical damage against the anti-mage and any other hero. Like, Lifestealer against the support duo of Crazy is really strong. You saw how fast Tiny died. He'll die less fast when he finally gets Grow, but if for Enchantress, it's the same story. So, like,
speaking of, how many hits does it take to get to the center of an AUI?
It was so easy. Open wounds and you just slap him. He's got so much attack speed from Feast that untouchable means nothing.
Man, I love the way that Ocean plays. Like, just the way that he hugs his core, like, the entire time. The way both of the supports play, honestly. Like, they're just very good positioning. They've got good solutions to get them out of bad situations. It's nice.
Good job. Cleaning up the mid lane here.
Looking for some sort of a play, I have a feeling. But with the smoke running out, I don't think they'll get too aggressive.
How come Darkseer is 2,000 health? Is this wrong? Is this real? He just has 2,000 health with only a toe ring? Oh, okay. All right.
He's infested.
I was like, how is this possible? I could not even see the infest. Where's the icon? I'm having trouble.
It's like it's a cosmetic infest.
Okay. All right.
It looks like a little, like, I don't know what you would call it. But yeah.
Okay.
I thought for a second it was another. Sometimes with all the hats, I get a little confused too. What happens? It happens. Arcana and Bryle just walking right past it because they've got bigger fish to fry. They found Gunner, and that's a smoke gank. Should be a very dead Pango. Again, King needs to be careful. Uses the Burrow Strike, though. We'll stun up Bryle. Not sure if that does... Yeah, it did hit him. Sammy boy, he's fast. And he goes right after Owie again. Even going so far as to drop the Crystal Maiden ultimate.
Yeah, that wouldn't increase the speed at which they killed. Not the best trade. And once again, Gunner has created some space, but hasn't been perfect for the team. But Sammy boy still farming super fast. His nice mix of being in, like, the smart thing that he's doing is farming in aggressive places, like spent a lot of time in the enemy jungle in the top lane, and that's going to be a little bit closer to Crazy Hero, so he's been able to get a couple easy pickoffs for free. Just something AM can't necessarily do by himself.
We did get another Blink Dagger picked up for the side of Zoomers, so we'll have Ocean getting in better positions.
Okay.
But it does feel a little odd because Gunner's not quite what's the word? I don't want to say effectual, but he's definitely not, like, the way that Sammy's playing, you'd think that Sammy was the mid right now because he's very active and he is, you know, so farmed.
Well, keep in mind, actually, that Gunner did get ganked a lot in the mid lane, and he's still doing pretty decent on net worth, so I don't think it's that bad how things have been going. Yes, AC's done. He's got a Belt of Giant Strength ready to go for his Basher. He's just farming very good. And he definitely is stronger than AM in a fight. Like, AM has to be a little bit careful how he engages. Sammy boy can just run and pick his target. There's almost nothing he has to worry about other than, like, lasso into chain disable. But do they have a follow-up? It's like lasso into Avatos is maybe the worst thing that could happen to Sammy boy. But everything else he's pretty protected against. So that's why he's playing so aggressively here. He's trying to break the smoke.
It's
He
been
just
really
did go away.
interesting too to watch the way that they've been playing over on the side of Crazy versus the way that Zoomers have been playing, because the way that Crazy's been playing is basically Bryle and HFN have just done their own thing completely, whereas the side of the Zoomers, you know, they're paired up usually. They've got a buddy system, usually traveling together. Maybe not necessarily. Jeez, that's so stupid.
There's the infest.
Oh my
It's
god.
so fast.
All
Comes the
right.
initiation. Let's watch a
Here
dire
we
team.
go.
Scroll down.
Radiant's
Scroll down.
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant
Cataclysm
are scanning.
gets thrown out.
Oh, we
Fine,
found
Bryle. Oh, but they didn't have the detection.
Monkeys didn't have it, unfortunately. Yeah, he gets
All
out.
right. Easy peasy.
Dire
Oh, nice of
are
AUI
scanning.
pulling creep waves together. Okay,
Monkeys
they ended up finding one finally.
the kill. Yeah. Use the infest for that too. So the value.
Oh, they TP'd to the top lane to do that. That's how they got there so fast. I see. Probably TP'd to the outpost and then jumped in. So, nice kill.
In meander, attracting some attention by the Zoomers. Get frostbitten up, and just slowly click down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Sammy sniped the courier in the mid lane too. Very good moments. Game's very equal net worth wise, but I gotta say, I really like what the Lifestealer is putting out in terms of game impact. And while Anti-Mage is farming at an equal speed to him, the Midas is, and his high mobility, he's making it work.
Where's
Like
the
they
big
just did
fight,
cool stuff
though?
like this. Like they just surged him to the top lane, for example. Like they effectively gave him Blink to help him farm as fast as an Anti-Mage. If he has to like walk camp to camp normally, this is all a lot harder.
That
But
is
they
true.
just keep accelerating him in a good way. He's gonna surge him again,
Radiant's bottom
probably.
tower is
Little
under
Iron Shell
attack.
too. Now Basher's done. I think AUI pulling the creep waves again. Maybe he pulled that one from the mid lane, something like that.
Just feels so strange to see how Crazy for the most part are just avoiding these fights.
Dire's top tower is
Yeah,
under
I guess so.
attack.
You get the
Yeah, they
gank
are.
or two here or there, but all right. Crazy re-invading. I see Sammy boy over here. The ping comes out.
I saw him. I don't think Bat has a blink, right?
No.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He went for
Movement
the
speed
boots.
and BKB, so it's pretty hard for them to initiate this actually. Oh no. He's been bashed.
All right, there we go. There's a
All right,
speedy
they're going
little
in.
ocean.
Gonna blink.
Moon Meander jumping over here onto Monkeys. We'll turn back around and there's the lasso, but immediately they just go and they drag out the Darkseer. Big Cataclysm
Anti-Mage.
coming out. That does a lot of damage, but on the backline, HFN, he gets taken out. Casey, he's popped his BKB. The Rolling Thunder's still coming in hot, though. They want to get this kill onto Owie. They should be able to find it very easily. It's a triple kill.
I gotta say, they're impressing me in a huge way. Lifestealer's damage was excellent against the Anti-Mage there, and all it took was like one Burrow Strike. Was waiting for the right moment. And it was a little bit hairy for the Darkseer, of course. He blinked in, he only vacuumed one hero. That's because they had a ward. They knew it was coming. But it still opened up enough opportunity. They spotted the AM almost instantly. They focused him correctly. Good target acquisition. After AM's dead, the fight was easy.
The question is, how do you push them off of their buildings right now?
Dire's
You can't.
middle barracks is falling.
At least not when
Oh,
Rage is
okay.
up.
Gunner going down to low ground. Monkeys has a Burrow Strike. Think about going in. Nice ice wall slows them down. They have the Infesto over here on Monkeys as they just pop on out and say hello. The buyback comes out from Moon Meander. Gunner, he's taking so much damage though. Is he gonna be able to go and swashbuckle out? They turn it back around on him. They get the kill. They turn their attention now over onto KZ. They'll get the kill on the Bat Rider. The Rolling Thunder coming on through. Jen, this is not looking good for Owie. That's a double kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dude, the Lifestealer pick was actually so good. 12-0 and 9.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Like, he owned this game
Dire's
so
top
hard.
barracks are under
It was
attack.
like the perfect game for him. Seriously. He had to lane against a Bat Rider so you could remove Sticky Napalm. And who was the other hero? A Tiny? Really not a big deal. Some high HP guy that does Magic Burst, he can deal with that. And then he gets to play against the support duo of Enchantress, who does literally nothing against him, and a Tiny. Even Invoker, moderately countered by Lifestealer. Like, Invoker cannot pressure Lifestealer because the best solution, the best thing that you do against cores as Invoker is Cold Snap. So like, and then there's an anti-mage. Yeah, mana drain's a little scary, but you can rage to stop it. Like the only hero that's even marginally effective against Lifestealer at any stage of the game is the lasso. But Batrider's game wasn't really good enough for that to feel like a threat even. Here's that previous fight here. Vacuum to the right. And then anti-mage jumped in and got hit by Rolling Boulder. That's actually what set it up. It's a Rolling Boulder was the initial stun. Guaranteed that kill. Just a super easy fight for them, basically. All the focus goes on Darkseer, but they don't care. They need just 2 shots at Enchantress.
Monkey's very, very speedy. Has a little surprise inside as well. They're looking to get another fight. Look how fast. This is just insane. Oh, Moon Meander though with the tricky finger, a little bit faster, but still.
It doesn't even matter.
Doesn't matter. They just
so fast.
Can't run, can't hop. There it is. Rolling Thunder looking for the AM. He's over in the corner. The hop up over to the ground. They find him. This is not looking good for HFN. They need that lockdown. Do they have it? Do they have the chain? Again, just rolling around. This feels so bad if you're anti-mage. Oh no.
Oh dude,
and
you read him so good.
Oh.
I think AM might have lived if he TP'd. I don't know if he had his TP available, but Gunnar knew exactly where he was going to go. They could chase him down. Yeah, he's got it now, but I don't know if he did it before. But what a chase. And then obviously the Darkseer illusion is going to drain his mana faster than the Swashbuckle also guaranteed the mana drain. He does have his Abyssal, and Anti-Mage has had a good game in terms of net worth, but it's scary for him to fight. They're hunting again. Watch out for the scary bug.
They find the creep. They're like, maybe we'll take that. Nope. Just too fast. Can't land the stomp. This little guy just scooty bootying across the map looking for a pickoff. You know, you weren't sold on the
very fast.
You weren't sold on the position for Darkseer, but I'm getting sold on the idea. It's not super effective during laning, perhaps, but there we go. Moon Meander. He just came back alive a little while ago.
This feels very much like a Kunkka Mirana combo, doesn't it? Where it's just like really hard to play against. And it's really easy to execute.
Hello? I guess HFN, he's not alive. They do have to be careful. He does have an Abyssal Blade, and he's going to be up soon. But they have a lot of solutions for if he tries to make plays on Sammy. They just burrow strike in. They can Rolling Thunder. This seems so ridiculous. Like, look at this. Sammy Boy should not be allowed to be able to do this.
But they can't pressure him. He'll back momentarily, at least.
Well, they're trying to poke at Gunnar, but here comes the rest of the squad. This is very anticlimactic if this is how this game ends.
I mean, he's not going to get
He doesn't care. Casey, all right, Casey might be able to make something. Blink, dragging forward. The Monkey's following up with the stun on the back end. Moon Meander, he's got the avalanche, but it doesn't matter. Take down Monkeys. They'll take down Moon. The Rolling Thunder, they'll come in hot. The rest of the side of Crazy running away into their fountain. They want nothing to do with this. Buyback coming out from Sand King. Sammy Boy doing Sammy Boy things off the side. It's a good game, well played. Gets dropped. The Zoomers are looking so gosh darn good.
They really are.